Hello, creative friends, and with Whimsically Knotted coming to you on a Monday evening. Let me find us on my iPad real quick. Well, there, I think I found us. Over we are. It's always tricky when you have your camera backwards, but I wanted you to be able to see the words tonight. All right, here we are. Think we're getting there. All right, let's see what we got going on over here. Don't let me forget to draw a name for Happy Meal tonight. All right, I'm looking to see if I got to move this way or the other way. Okay, so I need to move. Yep, I need to move that way. I was trying to see which way I had to move. Yeah, that might be better. This is a 16-inch round. That's one side. This is the other side. I already painted it with warm white. This is for the background. And I've got to refresh my iPad to see comments. I don't see anything yet. I don't see comments on my iPad. I'm sorry, ladies. Hope you all can see well. Just remind me to draw Happy Meal tonight. I'm going to add a little bit more white to the background. And then we're going to add some other colors to it. I want kind of like a marble look, like it's streaky. I don't know how else to explain it. That's kind of what I want to do. So I am trying to get paint on here without getting it on me. Trying to get the edges really good. I am going to spritz it with a little bit more water. Water makes the paint flow. And then I'm going to add some more paint. This is going to be our base coat. And then we'll change it up and add our marble look to it. That's kind of what I'm going for. We'll see if we can get it. I've got 3 colors that I want to add to the background. I think for doing the background, we should Velcro our rounds to the blocks of the table, so it won't move and we won't get paint in our hands. What you guys think? Think that's a good idea? Trying to get the edges. I'm bad for concentrating on the middle and I'm not doing my edges well. So I'm trying to get my edges done. Like I said, this is just warm white. Hope all of you are doing well. I hope you had a great, wonderful weekend. Did you guys have any 4th of July parades yet? Our little town had the parade on Saturday, but we didn't get to go. First off, we had a rain shower, and then we were working on getting our building moved, and we have not successfully done that yet. We had a little bit of a hiccup, but that's okay. Hey Janice, hey Bonnie, I can see comments. So I have slate gray that I would like to add. Light sage. and a little bit of light buttermilk. And I'm literally just going to plop some colors on here and see if we can get the desired effect, what I have in mind. It's going to be one of those, I have a lot of colors on my fingers day. I'm going to add a little bit of the gray. And I did not go solid with that white, as you can see. So let's see what we get. I am going to moisten this again. But you all know moist paint moves. Thanks for sprinkling. Hello, Sherry. How are you? How is everybody doing? Are you guys ready for Christmas in July? I just can't believe it is Christmas in July time. Oh my gosh. Tomorrow is already July 1st. It just doesn't seem possible. Okay, that looks marbly, don't it? That has that marble effect. But I don't want it that dark. I'm going to switch that around. Edges. What you guys think? Does that look good? Trying to hold onto it. I think it has that marble effect. I'm happy with that. That looks good to me. I'm just going to try to get a little bit more on the edges. Get that clump out of here. Get out. I think I'm happy with that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It looks what I wanted it to accomplish. And again, I used warm white for the base, light buttermilk, Deco Art, light sage, and slate gray. Let's dry this. Yeah, we've been trying to move our shed from one side of the lot to the other side. Basically sort of kind of across the driveway, but we're trying to do it ourselves the easiest way possible. And my son had come up with the idea to add tires to the back and put a hitch on the front and then just pull it. But we have a deck right next to it, so we had problems jacking it up and getting, you know, just the right way we needed it. So one of the wheels had too much pressure on it because the way it was cockeyed, and it broke off. So he is going to do some more engineering, and we're going to go back at it probably next weekend whenever he has time again, and see what we can do. So I'm excited about it because once we have it on the other side, we'll be able to, hopefully if everything goes well, add electricity to it and have just some running water like sink, and be able to do like a little workshop area to where I can just hold small workshops. That is the goal. So hopefully my dream will come true and that will work out. I always like to go around the edges just to make sure, first off, that the paint is off. And I'll hold this up in just a second so you guys can see. I'll put my blinds back up. Oops, sorry for the loud noise. That's what it looks like. Hopefully the camera will show the true colors because it is really pretty. You could see all the colors in here and it is absolutely beautiful. Turned out just the way I thought. It looks like marble to me. Might not be the right marble colors, but it looks like marble. We are going to take, and if my face is incredibly red, it's because it is hot in here. Our attic isn't insulated, so it stays hotter up here. Plus, I've got a sunburn over the weekend on my face. We are going to use the customizable family 16-inch door hanger stencil from Essential Stencil. And I'm really excited about that because it comes with all the letters. So you can put any family name on there if it is not longer than the 16-inch board. If it is, then you have to go to 18-inch board. Our name is short, 4 letters, Shoe, so we have no problems getting that on the board. But yeah, if you have a name that is longer, you can, I have to look and see, because Essential Stencil has other alphabet letters. You can use different alphabet letters to spell the name out, or you go to an 18-inch board, and that would work. If you pull your stencil out, you should see, I don't know if the camera will show it, there is a marking on here, and you could feel it with your finger. That's the roundness of the circle. This was made for a 16-inch circle, and you can literally line this up with the edge of your circle. And you know that this is, that it is perfectly on here. And I'm going to take some tape and tape that on there. And probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape the other one on here as well. And again, the bottom part has the same thing. It has that circle on here. And just make sure, don't do it like me, turn it backwards and, you know, it'll say something different on there. Now, the only thing that you have to watch out for is that your middle is the same distance, so that you didn't, you know, didn't put your bottom like this, which you can, but I'm sure we all want it to be in the middle, right? And since I said that, I am going to see if this is the right distance. Reaching for my ruler. Two inches. 2 inches. Let's pin this down. It's a miracle. I took my letters out. I've got an S. Got an H, a U, and an E. And if you look on your pattern, the H looks like it has a smaller space on the bottom than on the top. The S is right. The U has a bigger side on the left. And the E, I think, is the same. Nope, the E. On the E, the bottom is out further than the top. So that way you know that your letters are incorrectly. Then you have to decide where you want your letters to be, and I'm going to have to reposition my tape. And I'm going to line them up next to each other. Don't know what was on there. Okay, it is crooked. I laid them next to each other and I got it crooked. So I'm going to have to straighten that out. I think that looks fairly in the middle. Three and 3/4. Nope, I can come back over this way a little bit more. I normally don't measure, I normally eyeball. That was way off. And sometimes I just go by the way it looks. I think I'm going to leave it that way. It looks good to me. And you can offset it to one side. You don't have to put it in the middle. I think I am going to leave it just like that. I don't want bleed, so I am going to stick these letters under the other stencil. These are hard to pick off this board. You know what? We're just going to do these and then we'll go to the letters, because this is just... I was just going to stick them under there, but these are hard to pick up off that board. I don't know why. I'm using black for the letters and the stripe, the words, the stripes, and then lush green for the leaves. And I'm going to use two colors for the lavender. I'm going to use Purple Cow and Twilight. Yeah, I love this stencil too. It's very versatile and, you know, customizable. Okay, got paint booger. What's going on today? I mean, everything that can happen is happening. Goodness gracious. Sometimes things just happen. Just gotta go with the flow, right? So, you know, I got paint everywhere. All right, a little bit of this. I was going to use this color for the lavender, Purple Pizzazz, but I've looked at so many lavender pictures. There's all kinds of different colors for lavender, and this color is Twilight. So I just said I was just going to play around and make different kinds of lavenders with the different colors. Since I got my green, I've got 1/2-inch brushes for the flowers and 5/8 inch brush for the lettering. And I'm going to get some backer boards out because it'll be easier to load your brush, load it with paint, and you're going to use coffee filter or plates. There's your brush loaded. And then if you have a lot of paint on the edges, wipe your edges off and then offload your brush to where it is dry. And if you have your stencil, if it comes to a point, don't brush into the point, brush down towards the point, because that way you have less chance of your brush going under the stencil. I normally use a swirling motion, and right here, this is close to my black line that I'm going to do. So I'm going to swirl. If I want texture, I stipple, because the stippling will give it texture, and you can do fun textures on different things. And on the leaves, for instance, it will look kind of cool to have a little bit of texture. So I just stipple. So it depends on what effect I want to get is what I'll do. And then I'm just going to lay my backer board down instead of taping off everything. And again, you can stipple if you want some texture. And I'm going to have to pull that down a little bit because my ring light is playing tricks with me. I normally go to my offload spot to reload my brush. You can also use the dome brushes. They would be really good to use. Sometimes I'll go with the flow of the, for instance, the grass. I go the linear way instead of swirling. Let's move our backer board to up here. Hopefully, I am not going into the lavenders too much. I just like the texture this is given. Going back to my offload spot. Swirl it on, and then we can stipple. That up and down motion is called stippling. See, I'm going with the leaf. Reload my brush, offload. Use my backer board. I will probably not fill in the bridges. I have to look and see what it looks like. I very seldom fill in my bridges. And I might use the dome brushes for some of the small areas. So right here is really narrow. But if there is a little bit of green in the lavender, it is okay. So how has the weather been around your neck of the woods? It has been hot. And Saturday and Sunday when we were out there, it was hot. It was very, very hot. And I have not burned my, basically just burned my forehead right here where my hairline is. But I have not ever had a sunburn. But that one did hurt. I had a cap on and it kept rubbing up against it. And that did not feel good. And it went away real quick, like, it's like mine tans real easily. Going back over some of these places just to make sure we have enough color. And I don't mind if there is a little bit of variation in there. I am okay if it is not perfect. I want it to look good, don't get me wrong. But I don't have to have it if there is tone differentiation from the stippling, I like that. I like that it's variegated. That's kind of the word. Because not all leaves look the same color in the natural world. So if some of them are darker than others, I'm okay with that. And let's do the bottom part. Hot, humid, yes. We haven't had much rain. It came up a little bit of cloud Saturday, but other than that, we haven't. We've heard thunder and lightning in the background. Rain and more rain. I'm hoping that we might get some so it'll cool down a little bit. I mean, it is just icky. It is really humid. I mean, North Carolina is, you know, it has always been humid. It's just the way North Carolina is. But you can feel the heat baking you. I mean, even our old grandbaby said she was hot. And some people said that it was too hot to go swimming because the water is like bath water, the pool water. So that's hot. And you can't even cool off in the pool. I've got to remember not to swirl too big. Got a little leaf right here. The dome brushes would be perfect for this. I don't know why I didn't use them. And I got this one going now, so I'm going to finish with this one. Like I said, I don't mind the different tones. Like some of the leaves may be a little bit darker than others. I'm okay with that. I actually don't mind if it has like a little bit of a distressed look. But we had our grandbaby today, and that was an adventure all in itself. She wanted to go to Buddy's for breakfast, so we went to Buddy's. Buddy's is closed on Mondays, so she was not very happy. I mean, she didn't pitch a fit or anything, but she's like disappointed because she wanted to go to Buddy's because we always let her pick. Then we went to breakfast time. That is our favorite place to go to. We have our favorite waitress there. They were closed, and I forgot that this is the week of 4th of July. So they always take off and close the week of 4th of July. So they were closed. So we ended up at Cracker Barrel, which she was fine with. She didn't have no problem. But it's like, my word. I'm trying 3 different places for breakfast. What's up with that? Almost there. Not too much longer and we'll have this part done. Then we can go to the fun part. This brush is losing bristles left and right. I think it's about time to give up some of these brushes and get out my new ones. I'm hoarding new brushes. And you guys hoard new brushes and don't get them out until your other brushes are like, please don't use me anymore. I'm falling apart. I only got 2 bristles left. I think that's what my brushes are saying. They're like, please get the new ones out. I'm like, no, you still got life in you. This is going to be so pretty. I love lavender. And I'm making this for my daughter-in-law and my son because she loves purple. So I think this will look really good at their front door. But you have so many options. Since this has alphabet in it, you can use it for other things. You don't have to use the alphabet for this. You can use the alphabet for other things. So let's see. I am going to get a wipe out to put my brush in case we need it again. Like the leaves are kind of looking variegated. They're darker in some places and lighter in others, which I like. I am going to start with the light purple first, and then I'm going to go switch to the dark purple. So I'm going to do everything in the light purple, and then I'll switch to the dark purple. Same thing, load your brush. And then you find a paper towel, like I said, cardboard, what are them things called? Cereal box, any of that would work. You offload your brush on the shop towel, coffee filter. So many ways you can offload your brush and get that extra paint out. Went to the offload spot to get me a little bit more paint. Back to the offload spot. For some reason or another, it is hard for me to see where these lavender blooms are at. Still going to the offload spot. I have not reloaded my brush yet. Now I'm reloading, offloading. And I just went with the shape of the lavender. I've missed one. I gotta go back and get the other one. Missed this one. I just put a little bit of lavender on this leaf right here. And I will just go right back over it. Load the brush again. You're very welcome. Hello, hello. Thank you for sprinkling. I'm so glad that you guys sprinkle me out. I appreciate that very much. I also appreciate you doing the thumbs up and the hearts. Means a lot to me. And I appreciate the, I've got a bristle right there. And I appreciate the stars. You guys are so awesome. Offload spot, more paint. I hope this is going to turn out as good as it is in my mind. We'll find out. Oh, there's another bristle. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to come on or not because it depends on what time my son gets back from work. But he got off early today. He works in heating and air, and you know, when it is like this, weather-wise, you don't know what time he'll show up. Can't go home until the job is finished. So I was glad that he got home early enough for me to hop on. I mean, I came home, ate, and hopped on. And now that we have all the purple done, the dark, I'm going to use the same brush and I'm going to put a little bit of the dark purple on here. I'm going to offload. And then I'm just going to go because the lavender looks like little balls. So this stippling will make it look like those little balls on the lavender. And I am not doing full coverage. And when we take it off, and we'll see we need some more, then we can add some more to it. I'll just reload it. And you also could have done that with the smallest of the dome brushes. You could have just put a little bit of paint on there and made little dots with that little dome brush. I just went to the reload spot. And we'll pick it up and we'll see if we like it or if we need to add some more color here and there. I'm just gonna peek. I like it like that. We're gonna go ahead and do the black for the family and the black stripe. And I'm gonna use my 5/8. The half and the 5/8 are my two favorite brush sizes. Don't ask me why, because the big ones work just as well. I just like those. And I just swirl very lightly over top of the letters. If this is too close to the edge, you can either use the backer board or tape it off. That way you know you're not going to go over with your big swirler. That way you know that you're not going over the edge. I tried to stay away from the green right here. When you pick up your board, make sure your hands are clean, because if they are not, then you're going to be transferring paint. And if you already have a design on the other side, you will actually transfer paint over. And I have done that. I'm speaking from experience. Going to the offload spot, getting me some more paint. I'm going to load my brush again, offload. This time I am going to put my backer board right there, because that is really close to the edge. And when you run out of paint on your brush, you can do one or two things. You can either reload or push a little bit harder. I tend to reload most of the time, because I don't want to push too hard and push the paint underneath the letters or the stencil. And I'm running out of paint, so I am going to have to get a little bit more paint. Did any of you get your stencils yet? Did you order the bundle, or did you... Thank you, Janice. Or did you order individual stencils? There are several that I like. You tell me which ones you like. I like the words, the inspirational words, of course. I like this one. I like the pet ones. Oh my goodness, the patterns. Of course, I love the pattern. I love the transfer. Trying to think what other ones were in the pack. There's so many that I liked. I'm not a big, I like the wine ones, but they're not for me. Okay, I think we got everything. All right, let's take a peek and see what we got. And that looks pretty good to me right there. That background is perfect. It is just the way I imagined it. And I'm so excited that it turned out like that. I still got to put the name in there, but look how that looks. Does that not look pretty? That background, I love it. And the lavender turned out really good. Now, if you wanted more of the dots on there, you could take, like I said, the smallest. I think this is the smallest one. There might be one smaller because I've got, up there's a smaller one. There's the smallest one, I think. And just use, yeah, I think that's the smallest. 4/25. And you could just literally put little dots on here. But I'm not going to do that because I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up. And if you have bristles on here, wait till the paint is dry, then use sandpaper and go over it. Now we can lay the name on there really nice. That will not interfere with anything. Like I said, these little boogers. They don't want to stay put. I will take them down once I get them lined up to how I want them. All right, that is crooked. I'm looking at the line to see I am going to scoot it over a little bit more. I think I like it like that. We're going downhill again. This is such an optical illusion. Who would have thought putting letters together would be this difficult? I'm gonna leave it. I think I like it. Yes, that lavender turned out good. I'm really liking it. Now around the edge, should we do the purple or should we edge it in black? What do you guys think? Now when you do this, be aware you're gonna have space in between, so be careful that you do not swirl in those in-between spaces. So if you think you might get into there, put your checkerboard down, because otherwise you might have an extra little line that you didn't need. Lay my checkerboard right here first, and then I'm going to lay it on the other side, because it is real easy to get some hazing, and we don't want that. We want crisp letters. On the other side, I am going to do Christmas, since we're going to have Christmas in July. Most creators are doing Christmas in July, not all, but most. So I am going to join them, and we're going to do Christmas in July, and maybe we can think some coolness, you know, think of snow and ice skating and sledding, and maybe it'll cool us down a little bit. I just think it's fun to do Christmas in July. I'm not ready for Christmas by no means, absolutely not. But I just think it's kind of fun to inspire. Christmas is kind of, I don't know, just a very warm holiday, and it just gives you some wonderful thoughts. And so I love the Christmas in July creating. Do I want it to be Christmas? Absolutely not. Do I like that Christmas is already out everywhere? No, because I just went to Hobby Lobby yesterday, no, Saturday, and they had everything out, or was it Friday? I don't know, but they already were putting out Christmas, and they already had some stuff out, and I'm like, Christmas already? Really? But if you want to craft Christmas in July, you're going to have Christmas out. So what do you guys think about crafting for Christmas in July? And I put my letters in a little Ziploc bag to add, because they come out of the stencil pack. You can push them out. They're all individual letters, which I like. It makes it easier to put your name together. And here we are, the Shoe family. And I think I am going to use the black around the edge. I would do Christmas all year too. I just don't like seeing it in the store already. I'm like, Christmas already? But when you're a creator, you have to do Christmas. You have to get stuff ready for shows and fairs and booth space. So you've got to craft early enough. And you know, if you're crafting gifts, like Christmas gift, you have to get ready early. You cannot sit there and wait until it is November. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Oh, 1 minute after 8. Check out Essential Stencil. I'm thinking Amanda is back. She was working on getting her warehouse switched over and her studio transferred over. So she's been busy doing that. And if she is not on tonight, then there will be a wonderful other ambassador on the Essential Stencil page creating. So check them out. And yes, I like this. I like that little bit of black hazing around the edge. It just pulls things together. It just frames it out. And I just like that. I'm going a little bit heavier in some places. I really like that marbled background. I call it a marbled background. I really like that. I'm going to sand over it real quick. Sanding over it will knock down all the raised grain from your stenciling, from the paint. And makes everything smooth and gets off your, oh, let me draw a name real quick to put in the Happy Mail bucket. Somebody is subbing. Yeah, I figured she might not have been done yet. Janice is going in the Happy Mail bucket. And then I'm going to draw a name. Stay tuned. Don't run away. Last day of June. Yeah, I had not looked at the schedule, so I wasn't sure. And if there's anything from Essential Stencil that you missed or you would like, always use an ambassador code. Mine is WK21. I greatly appreciate it if you use it. If there is something that you didn't get and you want it and it is sold out, put yourself on the wait list and they will notify you when it is back in stock. So you'll have first dibs. All right, let's see, who do we have? Miss Janet Opals. I have to check and see if I have her email, her mailing address. And Miss Janet Opals is going to get this is only one part of the napkin, but I'll show you why I thought that would go really well. She's going to get a full napkin. It has the writing only on one side, and then just the backing is just regular. I thought that lavender would go really good with this tag. The paper came from, goodness, Crafty Casa, Crafty, I cannot remember the name. I do apologize. I would have to look that up. That was a free printable. So she's going to get another empty tag. She's going to get, this one is Grace for Every Need. A piece of music paper that I crinkled up and stained or spritzed with the micro spray. And she's going to get a little bit of ribbon to go with this. And then she can fix her little tags up any which way that she wants. And like I said, I thought the lavender goes good with this one. And then she can decide what to do with the other one. So that will be her little bundle. I appreciate you guys. Hop over to Essential Stencils, see who's on. It might be Cindy. It might be Sharon. Support them. And thank you guys. And this is going to Miss Janice. Have a wonderful evening. And if you have this stencil, use it. Play with it. Use elements of it. You can just use the swags. You can use the word family. There's so many different ways that you can use this. And we're going to do Christmas on the other side. Have a blessed evening. I will see you guys on Thursday. Bye for now. Thank you, ladies.